This San Francisco native is the producer and host of a monthly comedy show called The Mermaid Show. Give it up for Kristee Ono.
Hello. Hi. Punchline. How are we doing? Yeah. Invisible disabilities. Hell yeah. Congratulations for making it out of the house. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I have depression and anxiety. You know, the classic combo. Right? It's like, why have a cheeseburger if you're not going to have the fries? All right, just a heads up, we're going to talk about suicide a lot. Okay. Let's jump into it, right? So someone told me that the drought was over, and I was like, oh no, now I'm just not showering because of clinical depression. Like I used to be an activist. But I know that's not true, right? The drought's not over. We were on fire but a season ago. You guys were there. And I believe that the apocalypse is upon us, right? The end is nigh. Do you have a go bag or an apocalypse strategy? You really should prepare yourselves. I recently rethought my apocalypse strategy, right? My first one was to just kill myself. Yeah, that's right. I did not like life on normal. There was no way I was going to be into survival mode. But like I said, I rethought my apocalypse strategy, and now I have decided to live. That's right. Sure. Wait till you hear this part. I have decided to live just long enough to eat another human being. That's right. Gonna bucket list the fuck out of that. Yeah, I thought about that a little bit more. I'm like, is this the only way you're gonna cook for yourself? That's weird. But as soon as I eat the other person, right, I'm gonna slit my wrist in a bathtub of marinade and give back to the community that was so generous to me. Yeah. Thinking about the future, just very short term. Awesome. Yeah, so let's rewind a little bit. We're gonna go back to 2016, and that's when I became the closest to executing my exit strategy. Yeah, from this, all of it. Yeah, I was sitting at work, super depressed, and I just started Googling shooting ranges. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna ruin somebody's Monday. So I found a shooting range that was in my hometown, and I was like, let's end this where it began. And then upon looking at the shooting range, they had a women's night, right? Where it was half off ammunition and rentals. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna ruin someone's Wednesday. And spoiler alert, I survived, right? Because in between that Monday and Wednesday, I reached out to friends, got some extra help, and here I am. Yeah. And after thinking about what happened, I was like, hey, maybe frugality saves a little bit more than money sometimes. Not bad, right? Not bad. So I do live with depression. I know that it's not going away, so I've been trying to reframe it in my life a little bit. Like now, I get to do super fun depressing stuff. Yeah, it exists. Like lately, I've been locking myself in my room in the dark, of course, and just watching a ton of Netflix. Yeah. Not chilling, 100% anxious all the time. Yeah, and I stumbled upon the Nina Simone documentary. What happened with Simone? Anyone? All right, logins after, don't worry. Turns out she's an amazing woman, artist, activist, and she struggled with mental health issues also. And when she was depressed, she would say, I'm blue. And I'm like, can I say that too? That sounds real cool. Like it's very artistic and musical and very reflective. And I'm like, okay, from now on, whenever I'm depressed, I'm gonna say, I'm blue. But I can't help following that up with dabu-dee, dabu-die. Right? Like I have a blue house with a blue window. Blue is the color of all that I wear. Then I get really depressed. Like, why do you know so many Eiffel 65 lyrics? Fucking kill yourself. Yeah, so I was a teenager in the 90s, so I was a cutter. Yeah, teenager in the 90s. It was the law. But now, after ordering a stick and poke tattoo kit off the internet, yeah, my self-harm is now beautiful artwork. How's that? I like that. This is something that came out of my most recent bout of depression. I just started eating healthier. Yeah, it's weird. This was the logic. It's like, hey, you're miserable already. How about some greens? Just some flavorless leaves. Maybe that's all you deserve. Yeah. As it turns out, self-care does not have to be fun. It just has to be good for you. Yeah. So that turned into 3 days straight of eating vegetables. Yeah, I've never felt so profoundly sad and yet so physically virile. I do not even know if that's the right word. I do not have a language for feeling alive. You guys doing okay? You're fine. Yeah, we're all okay. So on a positive note, right? This is the mightiest I've been in my entire life. Yeah. I get to say mighty now instead of fat. Because I am reframing weight gain too, everybody. Yeah, that is just what I thought you did as an adult. Right? You gently expand like the universe. It's science. Get on board. There's also this thing that I did a few years ago where I ate 100 burritos in 100 days. Yeah, I am the hero you deserve. And at that point, I realized the miraculous things that could happen to your body when you truly love yourself. I've also been growing as a person, and no one seems to care about that. Right? Like, my body is heavier, but my spirit is so light. I've decided that this is a great time to start dating. Why not? Right? What a good deal. 50% more of me at no additional cost to you. That is a bargain. Right? Yeah. I've decided not to do Tinder. Yeah. Don't like the idea of anyone rubbing their thumb either which way on my face. Yeah. I know it's in a phone. I don't like the energy that it sends out. So I've decided to go back to OkCupid, right? But this time I have a strategy. Yeah, I am going to style my profile after a Dungeons & Dragons character sheet, everybody. Yeah, I thought that was a good idea too. You just get to lay out all your shit at once, right? You get a weapons cache. I don't know, I've only seen it written. And I was thinking, cutting 90s sarcasm, or passive-aggressive silence, and then you just get to upgrade weapons as you go along. Real excited about my character alignment, right? I'm going to be chaotic neutral. Yeah. Because you're not going to know if I'm good or bad. And I'm just going to be wildly inconsistent the whole time. Really looking forward to skill checks and defense die on a first date. Too much of a deep cut? That's okay. I've actually never played D&D in my whole life. Yeah, because I would involve talking to boys. You gross. So I am a 35-year-old woman, right? And I have other sex with the men types. I've been saying types like Pokemon for gender. It's real fun. And I've made the decision that there is no miracle of science or medicine taking root here. No kids for me. And I took to the internet, right? I took to the internet to find evidence to support my decision. Found terrifying information, guys. Absolutely terrifying. If I have a lady-type baby, that's right, if I have a daughter, my brain structure, the stuff in charge of emotional regulation, gets imprinted on the brain of the baby girl. So unless you want another suicidal bipolar alcoholic out there, maybe donate to my GoFundMe to remove my eggs. I love the applause for that. Yeah, do not have babies. So if I have a boy-type baby, my son's DNA gets in my brain. Do you know where my son's DNA comes from? the fucking dude who put him in me. I don't want that dude's DNA anywhere near my brain. I don't even swallow.
Spitters or tweeters.
But like any responsible, sexually active woman, I am, don't worry. I have 2 forms of birth control, right? 2 forms of birth control. The first one is just being me. Yeah. A little too weird for anyone to want to stick their dick in this. Yeah, that's fun. Second form of birth control, just gonna have sex with ladies. That's right. Hell yeah. Every time I have a crush on a woman, I'll be like, lead me out of the darkness of heterosexuality. But then I'll fall on a dick and be like, huh, what? Yeah. This has led me to believe that sex is like the program Excel. Do you guys spreadsheet? Yeah. So, sex with men is like a quick alpha sort, right? There's a button, top right, boom, you're done. And then sex with women is like pivot tables? Like, do I need to take a class? So I did. I do not know if that is the nerdiest or creepiest thing that I have done, but I did not get a certificate. Right? So I'm just walking around, lying on my resume again. Right? Like, where I may lack experience, I think I have the enthusiasm and dedication to bring something really good to this team. I will say this, ladies who date ladies do not like bisexual ladies. They can smell the dick on me, apparently. No matter how much I wash my hands. But I'm a late blooming bisexual lady. And my only explanation for this is like this one time in 5th grade, I ate like a Costco pallet of croissants. It was like a dozen to 15 croissants straight. And then I never had to eat a croissant again. So I think that's happening with dicks. That's okay. Yeah. Don't let this hip haircut fool you, right? I consider myself pretty old-fashioned, right? Like, I believe that the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Have you heard that old adage, folks? Do you believe it? Yeah. That's as you go through the stomach, right? Go up, pull out and down, and you have the heart. There's no direct route. There's a breastplate. You can't go through that. And that's like man in the universal sense. That works on anybody. I also believe that behind every great man, it's a great woman, right? Using him as a human shield. Protect yourselves, ladies. We're gonna make it. Just one more violent feminist joke, okay? So I think I came up with the best response to catcalling. You guys want to hear it? Yeah. Cool, I have the microphone. You don't have a choice. So you're walking down the street, right? And you hear tits or whatever. I don't know. I wear headphones. But anyway, you respond with, everyone's beautiful in the eyes of God. And then I promise you, anyone within earshot will never speak to you again. How do you like that? That's good. Anyway, as you can see, the dating is not going well. That's fine. In my bitter loneliness, I've been writing some grammar jokes. You want to hear them? Hell yeah, let's do it. There's only 2. So has anyone ever asked, seduction junction, what's your function? Right? Or is it just hooking up? Right? Sentences, clauses, all you nasty doesn't work. It's not great. I know that. Here's the other one. I was sucking this dude's dick once, right? And he said to me, you suck a good dick. And I said, no, I suck a mediocre dick well. That is how those words work. That's fun, right?
Proper English.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell your friends. Like that. That's cool. All right. Well, where do we go from here, guys? All right. So again, I'm going to be okay being bitter and alone, right? Because I have the internet. That's tons of pornography there. I recently found my most favorite pornographic film. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. It was one dude and two ladies, and it seemed like the two ladies did not realize the other was going to be there. Yeah. Because they started getting super competitive, right? They started boxing each other out of frame. And then the one girl started the girl on girl action and just got swatted away. And then the obvious alpha of the two ladies started barking orders at the beta. She was like, yeah, you suck that dick. And the beta was like, I'm gonna. And at that point, I realized I removed my hands from my pants and been watching like this the whole time. I was like, this is just as good as Game of Thrones, guys. Season 8 wasn't that bad. Just me and you, bud. That's it, I guess. I'm sorry.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
No. Man, I'm just gonna get out of here because you guys are great. And I'm gonna leave you with this PSA, right? It's a public service announcement. So I'm a pedestrian, I walk a lot. And I've been noticing this thing lately. It's where I'm walking a this away, and you're walking a this away, and you don't give me my due space on the sidewalk. Right? Like, I stay to my side of the road because I am polite.
Yep.
You meander to and fro like you own the damn place. And let me tell you, friends, this land was made for you and me. Give me more fucking space. And lately, I've been thinking that people expect this of me. I'm like, why? Is it because I'm a woman? Is it because I'm an Asian woman that's submissive? Well, I'm not gonna fucking do that anymore. Yeah, and I've decided from now on, I'm gonna walk center line. And I tried this against an older white man, and I'm like, this guy's definitely racist. And I was like, all right, eyes on the prize. Do not break gate. Do not step to the side. And I didn't. And guess what? He stepped to the side. That's right. All right. He actually stepped into one of those little tree holes in the sidewalk. Yeah. And when he did, he gave me this, you little bitch look. And I was like, you're a little bitch. Except when I did that, it was inside my head, so all I saw was, it's fine, it's fine. Because I still won. And the only reason I have the confidence enough to do this is because I practiced. And the first time I tried this, it was against a group of women, and I was like, I'm not going to part ways for these bitches. I don't know why I talk like that, I'm sorry. But anyway, when I walked past them, I actually clipped one with my elbow, and then immediately apologized, because I'm ashamed of who I am. And I was like, I'm sorry. And she replied with, you're okay. And then I started crying. Because then I realized that's the only thing I've ever wanted anyone to sing. Got a weird note to end it on? All right, well, I think that's good enough of me. Thank you so much.